What's up, everybody?
Yo, people.
What up, Misfits?
Let my people go. I don't know. Shit was stuck in my head, man. What's up, peoples?
What's going on? What's going on? So, you people ready? Because we're ready.
Okay. I see. We all are.
Oh, yeah. Let's share fast. Welcome, everybody. Let's hope we have a good show today. I hear. Okay.
Are you able to hear?
Can you? Can you?
Next us, please, in my group.
I'm a little lost here. Yeah, see, I can't share it.
All right, so I'm going to just go down the line.
Yeah, but for some reason, I cannot share. So, folks, if you're watching, please do us a solid and share this live broadcast everywhere. It could really help us out. I just don't get why I can't. When I used to always be able to share, and now I can't. Oh, here we go. Copy link. I don't want to.
Nobody wants to do that.
I don't want to copy link. I just want to freaking share.
I don't remember which groups that don't like it. So
just post. If they don't like it, listen, they could take it off. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us once more. What is that sound? All right, guys. Thanks for joining us once more. What is that sound? My bad. I think that was. How about now? Testing. Okay. No, I was hearing it over here. What up, Chris Craven? What's up? Thanks for joining us, John. It's John Salvia the third. Thank you. Again, please, guys, if you can, just share this. You're able to help us out. Help us out, please, so we could get more views the more we share. And you guys ready? Blunt, you ready?
I am ready.
We got everything set?
Yep.
Guys, we are also right now live on YouTube. Hugo, what's up? Live on YouTube. So if you want to check us out live on there, go ahead to YouTube, 2 Transit Misfits. You could also comment out there the same way. So whatever is easier, here on Facebook or YouTube, but please share. And with that said, let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Yep.
I do.
All right.
What's good, Flocka?
All right. How you like that video?
That's nice. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? All right.
Yeah.
I see what you did there, bro.
You need to wear that mask. But you did notice, I don't know if anybody noticed, he had the mask on upside down. He had the part that goes over the nose that grabs here. He had it on his chin.
I don't think it mattered for him.
I guess it didn't matter. It was the story that they wanted to talk about. So we're going to begin with, I guess, a little bit of difficult news to share. If I can get out of here real quick.
Boom, boom. Chris, don't start. The link is from Zelda. Don't start, bro. It's too early.
So
What
yeah,
up, Chris Grayback?
check out these news, man. We lost an operator, Baltimore. Um, and it's not letting me open this stuff now. Very nice. It's not letting me open it. Okay. Well, the story behind this, it's like it's not letting me open it unless I buy something. It's crazy. I don't buy anything. All right. So this operator can get the line or whatever. It was in Baltimore. Um, he was getting to the last stop of the line, and he was letting everybody off at the last stop. So this guy came running. He wanted to get on the bus. And all right, I'm over here. Like, can you get down from there, please? Already started. That's what happens when you don't have a private studio. You heard that? So this operator was getting to the last stop, and after dropping everybody off, this guy comes up and says he wanted to get on the bus. So the operator, he couldn't get on the bus. And I guess he tried to get in, and words he got intense where the culprit, the asshole, went to attack the operator and then ran off. And the operator got off his seat and chased him, gave chase to him. And because I remember because the guy took his bag. He grabbed the operator's bag from the seat and he took off with his bag. So the operator got off his seat and started to chase him for the bag. The man turned around. He had a gun and turned around, shot him, and killed him right down the street. So
Damn.
yeah, this was in Baltimore. So our hearts, condolences to the families of this operator. I couldn't open the link, so I didn't have his name. Couldn't get his name. No, it's not letting me.
Sounds like a no-win situation.
Yeah, gunned down. I mean, I guess any of us would probably chase the guy because he takes your bag. Who knows? Maybe he had his wallet in there, money, whatever it was. But the guy took off with his bag. But to shoot him, I mean,
It just goes back to that saying that you don't know what everybody is going through. And that guy who probably shot him was probably going through some rough shit. I'm not making excuses. He probably wasn't. Probably just a dick.
mhm.
But you just don't know what people are going through and what pushes them over the edge. And then it sounds to me like his intention the whole time was just to rob the guy anyway, because people get off the bus at the last stop.
Yeah.
I
And he
mean,
wanted to get on, probably because he was waiting for the bus to start the trip or something again. He wanted to get on.
go back around. Yeah, but I mean, not even if he just took the bag and ran. I think that was just a setup that he just wanted to rob the guy. I wonder how they're gonna treat that though. Saying because we have the rules here where you're not supposed to leave the seat.
Yeah, depending on the rules they have.
I
Like
wonder
if it
how
would have been here, it goes back to our coworker back in, what was it, 2008? Was it? I think it was
something like that.
Edwin
Yeah, Edwin Thomas.
and Thomas. Rest in peace. That it was. I mean, it wasn't his bag, but the fact that he asked for a transfer, was it? He
Yeah, it
asked
was
for
a transfer. Mm-hmm.
The operator gave him the transfer. On the way back out, he wanted another transfer. And again, it was about him getting off the seat. So here they would have tried to, I guess, blame on the bus operator.
Right.
So guys, we just have to really, I don't know. I mean, like Blunt, like you just said, the way things are right now, people going through a lot of shit,
Yep.
including us, because we go out there, we're stressed out. Matter of fact, I got to mention this in case of some dispatchers watching. You know, I'm off this week. I had to call out sick because I'm guessing this whole thing with the COVID and the stress, and I wound up getting myself sick. And I'm home, so you know, at least I'm able to do this from here. But we go through a lot. I'm sure you yourself, Blunt. You know, when you're nice and comfy at home, and when you have to go to whatever, go out there, it's like, are people gonna be as careful as I am, you know, with the sanitizer and wearing your mask and being careful? Then we have people that are out there sick. I don't know if I mentioned it on the last. I don't think I mentioned the last show. I'm on the bus, and within this lady gets on like midway on the route. This was on the B16, and within she's having a conversation, you know, loud, talking to some lady. But within 3 bus stops of the last stop, I hear her saying, "Yeah, because she's talking to someone saying, yeah, I had the COVID test today, so I just want to know how long is it gonna take for me to get my." And I'm like, this woman just went to get the COVID test, and
So she don't even know she has it, and she's out there.
she's on a bus. So, you know, I mean, what can we do? What can we do to protect ourselves? What can you know with in this incident with this operator losing his life? Um, I think any of us would have done the same thing. I think I would have chased the man too if he took my bag. Like, so I started wondering, like, where was his bag? Was maybe
Yeah,
it was the last stop? Maybe it was the last stop, so maybe he was taking his bag to step off the bus or something.
or maybe had it in his hand because
On his hand,
I don't know. But when I used to carry my bag, it was always on behind the chair.
behind the
I
chair.
used to have my book bag, so it's always put it behind the chair.
And more than likely, they have some kind of a
Barrier or something.
barrier also. So if anybody's heard about it, see, I couldn't open up the link, but I just wanted to bring that information to you guys. Hugo, what's up, Hugo? Thanks for joining us. Johnny, thanks for joining us. Mr. Leonard, Willie Colon, Olden, Maria Rivera, thank you guys for joining. Um, please share this if you just came on. Please share. We just want to let you guys know also that again, we are live on YouTube as we speak. So if you want to go watch us live on there, Two Transit Misfits, as you know, we changed name to go up along with our YouTube channel. So no longer the Next Bus MVP Live show. We might still throw some of those shirts for a little bit if we got them. But we're basically going to be now Two Transit Misfits everywhere. Here, YouTube, Instagram, what have you. So I'm just trying to, I can't make light of that situation.
Well, there's no reason to make that like. I mean, that shit was definitely.
And they haven't caught the motherfucker either. That's the thing. Now I'm trying to remember the story. Somebody called the cops at that moment also, but the officer was not able to catch the guy. So he's out there. People looking for him. People looking for him. Hope they catch him, and that hopefully he will do his time. You know.
I wonder what the laws are over there.
Yeah.
As far as
Well,
assault and stuff. Well, that's murder. So
yeah, it's murder. He killed the man. He shot him.
It's murder.
You know, he shot him. He shot him right down the street as he was chasing him. Another kind of bad news going on. This happened. We'll put this up real quick. We're gonna get split in between. This guy right here. This incident happened September 14th, but they posted it. They are still they're still looking for this guy right here, Brookville, Queens. The man threw a cup of coffee at the MTA driver
Waste of good coffee.
be-
Shit.
because he missed his stop.
Oh, see, I mean, God.
What are we gonna say about this one?
You know what? At this particular point, I think everything's fair game. Motherfucker, throw some coffee on you, whip that ass. I think at that point, it's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. Throw some hot coffee on me. That's an assault. I'm beating your ass. I'm tying the damn phone cord around your throat while I'm calling counsel to come get you. I'm sorry. It's just, come on. At one point, it just don't make sense. You missed your stop. That's whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? You're
Well,
not paying attention.
yeah,
Fuck.
I'm not paying attention. Just like the one that we had here. What was it? Some months ago. I'm pointing like if you guys could see, but up the block, the woman that missed her stop, and she wound up losing her life because she broke the door and fell out and
Oh yeah,
got
yeah. I
killed by the
remember that.
bus with the back tires of the bus.
Okay, no, or the other one was the other one where she got off because she missed a stop and hit the pole
Yeah,
when she
she.
got off.
It was just one block away. You know the area, Blunt. It's over here, Kings Highway and Flatbush.
Yeah,
There is. She wanted that stop, so the next stop is just like half a block
that's
on
like the
Flatlands and
problem.
Flatbush.
That's like the main problem. At least here in in the cities, these stops are so close together. You miss your stop, you just walk back a block.
One block. That's it.
You know, I mean, seriously. I mean, there are some stops where it's quite a ways to get to the next one, and I can understand that, but it's one block away. Walk.
Yeah. So that woman lost her life because of that. This guy here, they haven't caught him. Also, this man, they haven't caught him. As you can tell, they put it back again. Again, the incident. So you guys, if you've seen this face somewhere, you know, he had his Black Lives Matter shirt when it happened, and you could tell that if you could see the color picture on the right, you could see on the bus where he was looking at the operator, and the door is open, and just because he missed his bus stop, this is we can't win with these people.
I hope that operator takes his 2 years.
That's another thing you were saying about grabbing him with a phone cord. I think that at that moment, you don't know what went in your face. I mean, we've heard stories about people throwing acid on people. So maybe the reaction might be a little slower when they throw something in your face and you're like looking around first and the guy, he jets.
Well, the reaction depends on the person.
Mhm.
So, I mean, most people are not looking to get liquid thrown on them. I'm the type of person I'm leery about anybody standing next to me, especially when I was driving. And I never had the foam. When I was driving, we didn't have the barriers up yet. And we still had the doors, though. They started to put the doors in. And I would put the foam by the door on the right hand side, right there. That was, and I always had my silver coffee thermos. Looks like a long bullet. So I mean, yeah, it was for coffee, but it was also to bludgeon the motherfucker. I mean, I always had that intention. Like, I'm bringing this shit with me. Yeah, this is for coffee, but if you play me, this shit's gonna go right upside your head. So that's why I always had that metal one, and that phone was right there because I would use the cord. If this is just me, I would use the cord and wrap it around his fucking neck. And like I said, I'll be calling counsel. Y'all better come get him because he's turning blue.
Exactly.
But that's just me. I guess that's how I've always been, just leery of people. So if somebody swing, I'm.
I mean, yeah, and not just that. If you're already you should already feel the conversation is getting heated because the person didn't lose or because they missed a stop. Like what I also do when I see something like that, I'm losing my seatbelt. I start to losing my seatbelt. Especially they come to start walking and they're like getting all hesitant, and
I mean, the best way to handle that is to just apologize and try to defuse the situation because again, we don't know what people going through. We don't know. It ain't like we got a metal detector on buses or trains. You know, so people can carry anything, and you just don't know, man. So your best thing is just to be like, look, I apologize. I let you off at this next stop. You know, that's it. Leave it like that. Try to be professional first. If the guy's acting up or the female's acting up, then don't engage anymore. You know, don't engage.
Just
The
let him
minute you
off.
feel the minute you feel threatened, PRTT that shit.
But the way things are right now, when they say, "Oh, can I get off?" Listen, I'll pull over if I see it's safe. I'll pull right over and just let them out. Just watch your step, sir. Watch your step, ma'am. Because the less people we have on the bus, especially if they're yelling and stuff, and you don't know if they have anything or if they have the mask on properly, whatever. So it's happened to me, and you know that if you call counsel, they're gonna tell you to just let them off if it's safe. So that's how I'm dealing with it myself. When I had a couple of times that they said, "Oh, I was supposed to get off back there. Can I get off?" Yeah, look, get mirror, let them right off. Just go. I don't want to hear. I don't want to have no conversation with you. I
Yeah,
don't want
again,
no argument
it's better
because of
to
what's going on right now.
it's better
Especially
to
because
ask
of
for
what's going on.
forgiveness. Yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to let them off just anywhere, but
No,
again, it's better to ask for
it's just
forgiveness.
safe. Yeah, it's safety. Yeah, listen. Yeah, just be
Mhm.
careful stepping out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's what else? Something that's. Let's throw this out real quick, and we'll be back with our next story. Something that making a lot of waves right now here in New York. Huge waves here in New York.
Huge.
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 Check this out.
If the President of the United States can get the coronavirus, then what excuse do the rest of us random assholes have for not wearing a mask? This guy literally had people tested around him. He had the Secret Service bitch slap anyone who even sneezed in his direction. And yet still, because he wasn't wearing a mask, and he insisted coronavirus was fake and didn't take the necessary precautions he should have, now he's back in the bunker, being cussed at by Melania like he was a White House Christmas decoration. People, coronavirus doesn't care about your politics. It doesn't care if you believe in it or not. What it does care about is if you're wearing a mask. And no, I'm not saying that a mask makes you impervious, but I'm saying if it can help at all, then why not take the chance? Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Yep.
To the next story. All right, this might get a little heated. Well, let's see what happens. As all you know, what is it? The governor, or the mayor. First, the mayor wanted to shut down schools. I think it was on Wednesday by certain zones, depending on the zip codes, because of the coronavirus. Has been, getting more cases in certain areas, and the governor was like, no, they did it on Tuesday. So a certain individual, a certain group, the Orthodox Jewish community is at arms with this. They are not happy with it. They don't want their businesses closed. They feel like they're getting picked on, just them. Anyway, we'll talk more about this, but this happened just the other night in Borough Park. Check this out.
Video from the Citizen app showing that fire, as well as hordes of Orthodox Jewish protesters, young men openly defying social distancing guidelines, shouting, marching, most without masks on. They are angry over Governor Cuomo's order to shut down schools and businesses amid a surge in COVID cases in their neighborhoods.
The surge of cases is in neighborhoods where predominantly
Orthodox Jews.
Orthodox and Hasidic. And
what the hell do they expect if they don't wear them? They don't follow the guide. They don't follow the guidelines that are put forth for everybody, which they feel like they're excluded from. So what do they expect? What do you think is going to happen in that neighborhood? A lot of people still feel like this coronavirus is a hoax.
Mm-hmm. And when we first got this, everybody was upset at the Chinese. Remember back in March, February, including myself, everybody was looking down at the Chinese because it came from Wuhan. So now nobody wanted to go. Nobody wanted to do the bus lines for those people, like Brooklyn Chinatown.
Brooklyn
Yeah.
Chinatown.
But you know what I noticed is that they've been used to that SARS and other that they're right away wearing their masks.
They was wearing masks back when I was driving. There wasn't nothing out there.
And before anything that you say, some kind of a cold or whatever, they're wearing their masks.
Mask right on.
So, and now, I mean, I think the first case was somewhere upstate New York. I don't remember the township upstate New York, which was also a predominantly Jewish neighborhood, Orthodox up there. And I believe they said that was the zero. What do you call it? The patient zero from up there. So,
here's the thing about that too, because a lot of those Jews upstate, they come from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
they travel from Brooklyn. They have this little thing they do. They go every year. They
travel overseas.
Yeah.
For the holidays as well.
They go to Jerusalem. They go upstate. Different parts.
Why is it that? What is that they don't get? It's not that they're being picked on. Okay, so they're closing down their yeshivas and the synagogues. My thing is this: they want nothing to do. Like they have their own communities, right? Supermarket, store, everything is amongst them. So they don't really want to do anything with, as they call us, the outsiders, because as you could tell, the laws don't apply to them. Rules they're trying to say they feel like they don't apply to them. The first time that we had to close down, that all schools were closed, I was out there seeing those school buses full of kids, packed, still going to school. That some people were calling sometimes at 911 for the cops to come. There was the news, an article in the news ones, a story where you see the kids coming out of school. None of them wear a mask because someone called up and said, "Look, they're doing school over here." It's like, why not? This is not about religion. You have your right to your religion, but why is it to say that it has to be in a synagogue? I mean, we have the Catholics, right? The Catholics themselves, the Catholic, what do you call it? The archdiocese, right? The archdiocese, the Catholic archdiocese. They're upset as well at this. They're upset the fact that they're told there's only 10 people in a congregation in a church. But you don't see the Catholic people out there burning stuff and throwing things and having a fit. They could be upset, but you got to think about everybody else. You don't see the Muslims outraged on the streets for those that are in those zip codes that are shutting down. Yeah, I'm sure they're upset too. But the thing is that you don't need to be in that place, pack the people to worship. You don't need to be in the worship, in a house of worship to do your worshiping. The last time they closed down, they had churches that were doing Zooms with the people, So I just don't see why they're doing this, why they feel that they're above the law. I'm sorry for those of you that that I know in the Jewish community. But I just don't think it's fair. There's them saying that it's not fair. I think that's not fair for them to want to put everybody's lives just because they don't want to follow the rules that everybody else needs to follow. The other thing is,
it puts everybody in jeopardy. I mean, it puts bus drivers who are driving in those neighborhoods, police officers, school safety, all these people that's in those neighborhoods that has to work in those neighborhoods, just puts them in that much more danger. They don't care. They
And
don't
now that
care.
you mentioned that about the cops, they have their own ambulances. They have their own
hmm
department for
hmm
policing.
hmm
But yet, we got the NYPD parked in front of their synagogues, parked in front of the schools, like protecting them.
hmm
Why aren't they using their own? If they have their own services.
Because a
Why
lot of
put the
people do not.
NYPD in jeopardy, like you said?
A lot of people do not recognize their authority, and I'm one of them. I don't recognize their authority
Because they
when it
have
comes
none.
to.
They have none. Because for them, it's just them. And if they're living in their own little world, separated from everybody, then I don't need to know about that. Because everybody else, it's like they're in this little bubble that they want to be apart from everyone, and that's not right. That's not right. It's all of us. We're all in this together, and they need to consider that it's not throwing at them, and then they come up with the Black Lives Matter movement, that there was Black Lives Matter and that was allowed. Um, Maybe that's a little different. I mean, the Black Lives Movement, they were very upset. It was like they didn't want to hear it because of what happened, George Floyd and all that. But the cops were there. Cops kind of also, took care of closing down a little bit with those things. So it didn't get like, until they started looting and destroying stuff. But that's what the Orthodox are saying. How come? Oh, nothing. But there was problems with that too.
But there was certain problems because certain factions in the Black Lives Matter group, which didn't really go with Black Lives Matter, but were falsely acting as part of the group, were doing damage that shouldn't have been done.
Yeah.
For the most part, most of the Black Lives Matter movement was peaceful.
Yeah, it was peaceful. So for them to try to bring this up, it's like it made no sense. Listen, look, I don't want I'm trying to careful with my words.
Yeah, I mean, we're not. It's not pertaining to every single Jew or their religion. It's certain groups in the Jewish community. You know who they are. Not all of them. So we're not talking about all of them. There's certain groups in the community.
They you saw that video with the setting the fires. Cops were there to try to move them, and they were just not budging. They were not budging. They you see them dancing. Some of them were even flying Trump flags, and it was like, what does that have to do with?
They just trying to add fuel to the fire. That's when you bring out the water guns like they did before. Remember that video where they had the big water cannons on them?
Yeah. Was it in London? I think it was in London. No,
was that in London? I thought that was in Williamsburg or somewhere.
In Williamsburg?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was confused for a second because I'm looking at the Facebook page and it's behind. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Got a Chinese movie going on here?
So it just really doesn't make any sense, guys. And this also happened, I believe it was Tuesday or Wednesday night, for us in the Gleason Depot. And
that 16 line is already bad as it is.
It happened also in the 43, but I'm not going to keep putting all the videos. But
the 43 goes
43 through, also. Crown Heights. It goes up.
Okay, Crown Heights,
Kingston,
right.
Up Kingston, Crown Heights. That was another big issue where they were blocking the streets.
Luckily, that's a small section, but it's jam-packed with Jews.
Yeah, huge.
The 43 has like 4 or 5 different demographics on that line.
Yeah, we probably go through half of Brooklyn.
You have your whole, but I remember I was driving the 43 at night, and I know that I'm like every certain sections, the whole bus empties out, and a whole different community comes on. It was like 4 times. Like, well, this is crazy.
Yeah, like from Empire to Eastern Parkway, you get mostly Jewish, because
Mhm.
Then after that, it keeps going. Then it's like the black community. Then you hit
Polish,
Graham, or like they like to say
Graham, the Puerto
Graham,
Ricans,
all
the
the
Spanish,
Hispanics out there,
and then after Graham, you have
Polish,
yeah, that's
white and Polish,
what's that?
Greenpoint,
Greenpoint. Yeah, you have
Greenpoint.
Polish and
It's,
that
it's very mixed.
Russian.
But that's the other thing. Look, which let's talk about real quick about shutting them down, right? What's going to keep them from traveling out of there? It's not like there's a wall. So that's another reason why some of them were upset, because they're still going to travel. Maybe the schools or whatever is closed, but if there's anybody there that's sick, they could still travel elsewhere and continue the infection. The same way like somebody that's outside of the community that could be on a bus and infected. But the whole point is that they should not have thought about, that anger because of the religion, because that's not right. Because again, all the other religions that there are there here in New York, we're all abiding by that rule, whether we like it or not.
It has nothing to do with religion. So
no, it's safety. That mask also has nothing to do with the politics.
listen,
It's not a political movement.
remember they also fought against having the shots, the immunizations,
the measles.
Yeah.
Late 2018, early 2019, so the measles. Same thing. They didn't want to get the
shots for their kids.
Vaccines. They were having measles parties. The Jewish community were having measles parties because that way they thought that if the kids got sick, they get through it quicker. So they would make parties to go to families that their children had the measles, hoping their child will get it also. But I didn't understand the logic in that. But again, just like Blunt was saying, the same thing. They were telling them they got to get the vaccine, and they're like, nope. We're not getting a vaccine for our children.
They said their religion goes against that. They don't believe in the science behind it.
You got to believe in science.
This is not all the Jews. We're not talking about every single Jew. Just certain communities in that group. And we're not hating. We just saying facts. This is not hate.
But we're upset because us operators, we drive in the areas too, and we don't want to bring any of that stuff home. Again, we could pray to God here at home.
I mean, it's getting to the point where I think you guys should just have hazmat suits.
You imagine that? Could you imagine that?
I honestly feel like that. But you guys should be getting distributed hazmat suits, and then you throw them away at the end of the shift.
And like we talked in the last show too, as far as wearing masks on the bus, we're still sharing that air. That air is being circulated. Mm-hmm. And if one person that's sick and wearing that mask the improper, there you go. Mm-hmm. It's just those people. Please, the Hasidic community. We're not hating. Like Blunt said, we're not hating, but just think about everybody else. Don't think about just your community. Okay, think about everybody else that's living in these areas.
Respect, man. It is just respect.
Yeah. Plus, you also get back respect. Show respect and you get respect as well. We're just, when we start seeing these numbers and they're putting in the news and the science of these numbers and where these hotspots are more located, and they're trying to do something about it, and then you turn around and be like, no, not happening here. Come on, what do you expect? You expect nobody's going to be upset?
The ignorance is incredible. I mean, if you follow the news and you watch the science behind this, look at what happened in Florida. Florida was the first state to open up and start letting people in, letting business open, and they went from that to being the hot spot, the mega spot for where Corona is now breeding. And then now the Jewish community, some of the Jewish community felt like that. Yeah, we're gonna open up, and you're not gonna stop us. So they don't want to wear masks. They don't want to, well, what the hell? What you think's going to happen? Look at Trump. Look at Trump. I'm not wearing no mask.
Oh, God.
Where's he at now? Back in the bunker now, right?
Oh, God. I just, I got to tell you, I do hope it gets through. Okay. I don't wish this on anybody, this COVID. From what I hear, doctor that I go to that had it, it's not fun. We lost a lot of family members to it, a lot of friends to it. It's not fun. We don't wish it any. Even Trump. I don't have to like the guy,
Yeah, I'm the same way.
you know,
I don't
but
like
he's
him, but
foolish for what he did.
I don't want him to die from it.
No, and he got people that are that are with him with the same
6 or
kind of
7 people
thought.
around him that actually contracted it also.
Yeah, so I do hope he gets through this, and definitely we
Even on this issue right here, there are still some people, and I kind of I can understand this, but there's still a lot of people that say that feel like this is just a hoax for him, a political hoax. And he don't really have it, and he's doing this for the campaign so that he could automatically come out and say, "Oh well, I'm cured." Might have to do with the vaccine, and I don't. If that's a strategy, man.
Yeah, I was at my doctor's
cool.
today. I had to go to my doctor's today, and we talked real quick about it. He told me the medication that he's on, and he's a doctor. He's telling me
The concoction that they giving him.
yeah. So all these, you've seen, all he's posting on Twitter. They say the man is out of his mind right now with that medication. When you're on that medication, you don't think straight, and you feel stronger than an ox with that medication when they give it
those
to you.
things have psychotropic effects.
Yeah, but he says, but once you get off that, that's when the problems come on. So now praise to President Trump, but don't put out there information that's going to lead us down the wrong path.
Let me tell you something about those psychotropic effects. When that shit is happening to you, you don't even know it. I'm speaking from experience.
You had to be told?
I had to be told. Even then, it took a while to sink in.
Yeah.
It's real. I mean, hallucinations, and the hallucinations seem very real. Anxiety is raised to the roof. I mean, you're doing shit. You don't even realize that what you're doing is bananas. You don't even realize it. It's as if breathing.
That's sad.
It took for people, my wife Mason, to be like, "Yo, you bugging out?" Like,
and you're probably like, "No." Right?
Yeah, I'm like you, and I'm like, no, you bugging out. Like you don't even know. Like, why the fuck how you gonna tell me? You know what I mean? That's how I was, and that's why to this day I try not to take anything like that. Anything that has to do. That's one of the first questions I ask the doctor. Does that have any kind of
any side
effects? Huh. If they say yeah, nope, I don't want it. I don't care.
You don't want to go through that again.
Nope.
Find me something else.
Yep, there's always alternatives. There's always alternatives.
Let me drop this real quick. I want to drop it earlier with the B16. Again, the Orthodox community. Check this out.
Black to our boss. 13:50 is live now.
Why? I'm guessing, and my wife had watched that thing. She's like, "What would you have done? Eh? Shut the bus off service."
That's it.
I mean, plus you probably saw that crowd coming at you. I'm sure he's not just driving slowly. Boom, they're all around you. So the moment I see that crowd, I like, folks, last stop here. Everybody get off. You know,
there's nothing else you can do. What else you can do? Open the doors, let them out.
They didn't try to attack them. They didn't break no windows or nothing. They were just having a party and hey, B16 is here, you know. But
what I would do?
What would you have done? Plow through them?
Yeah, I would open the door and let everybody know. Listen, if y'all can't see what's going on, I don't know what to tell you, but we don't look like we're going anywhere no time soon. And then hit the RTT, call council, inform them what's going on, and then put my feet up and read my book, drink my coffee.
Exactly, and not open that door because it would be just like that hookah party.
Hookah party.
Well, it would be,
If you don't know what that hookah party is, it's on our YouTube.
No, yeah, but they would definitely probably have been on the bus and again, no mask. That's crazy. But I hope the operator was all right.
I hope so.
From what I heard, it was okay. It was just like, what are you gonna do? You can't do nothing. Just sit there.
Yeah. Might as well enjoy the time while you're there. That's why I always carry a book or some kind of reading material. I mean, you got your phone. You could be on Facebook watching us.
Right?
YouTube. You know?
Yeah, let's well, we have that minute. Let's talk about that real quick since we don't have the ad because we have to update it.
Yeah.
Our page or our page for the gear has gone for now. Just to let you guys know again, we are Two Transit Misfits here on Facebook now,
And
YouTube. And where else, Blunt?
What do you mean? Facebook and YouTube.
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. My bad.
Instagram, right? Instagram.
We
Also,
should get a Twitter.
Two Transit Misfits. A Twitter.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll
make
do a
ourselves
Twitter.
accessible to everybody. Twitter, Discord. What else is out there?
No, maybe we'll do the Twitter, and you handle the Twitter.
That's fine. I can handle
I
it.
have no patience for Twitter.
Hmm.
I have a Twitter account, and I don't even think I really use it. Once in a while, I throw something on Twitter.
Yeah, I have a Twitter account.
It's like
Your boy Blunt.
you
I
know,
got like 11 people.
I don't know how many I got, but
I got
I do
like
have a
11
Twitter
people, 13 people, I think.
But yeah, guys, for now, Facebook, Two Transit Misfits, YouTube, Two Transit Misfits, Instagram, Two Transit Misfits.
You changed the name on Instagram?
Huh?
Yeah, you did, right? You changed the name on Instagram?
Yeah. It used to be, if you guys are on there, it was MVP live show. It is now Two Transit Misfits. You can check out the logo up there.
You know what you got to change? The logo right there. You got to put the watermark in YouTube. You got to update the watermark.
Oh, I gotta go to the studio for that. Okay. Yeah, you have the link for that too, don't you?
Do I? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I just checked my computer. It just
one of us
logged me out.
will jump in and get that done.
Yeah.
So check this out. So with all this safety and all this virus, you guys remember we had the plastic walls that was midway on the bus. That big thick shower curtain. It was pretty thick plastic, but still, it was just a tube being held like whatever they had, I guess. And they got rid of it now since they're back to front loading. Where are those curtains? Well, in our depot. Where is that? In our depot. There, in the depot, as you can see there. Those are a huge stack of the plastic and metal, aluminum, whatever they use to keep the public midway of the bus. There's another way that transit uses the money wisely. Not, same thing with the curtains we have on our doors. They should have just, from the beginning, from before even we got this COVID, we should have had that separation from the public from the get-go. I think they waste more money between that and the curtains and those slider doors. I don't know. You tell me. It feels like all that together in the whole system, they could have probably had us sealed off for less.
Yeah, they. I mean, between MTA and even the union, they both dropped the ball on this. I mean, if there was ever an opportunity to seal the operator off, like in some cases they have in other states where the operator is completely sealed off, and even other countries where so they can't say it's not possible. But I can understand them saying who's going to pay for it. But the opportunity they had with this COVID was the perfect time, especially when they did the board through the back door. That's when they started retrofitting the buses with the sealed compartments. Even before that, though, when Edwin Thomas got killed, that's when they really should have been pushing it.
Mhm.
So I would say whoever is going to be running for your next union leader, make sure that that's part of it. Make sure that's part of their contract, part of their how you say their campaign, or don't vote for them. You guys gotta take the power back into your hands because a lot of the guys who are in office now, they don't feel like they work for you. They feel like you work for them, which is completely wrong. So yeah, you got people out there that's running to be your next elected leaders. If I would say if that's not on the agenda, don't even talk to me.
Oh, that should be like you said, right on the top.
Yeah,
One of the top things,
let's
our
get those.
safety.
Get your safety in there first.
And not be talking about just because of the COVID. It's just our
No, just
safety
yeah. I mean, like I
against
said,
people.
from when Edwin Thomas got killed, we need protection. We need protection.
Yeah, especially when transit's gonna doesn't really they're not gonna put cops on every single bus that we have. You know, and from what I've heard, sometimes they'll put them up in areas where
They don't
there's
even need them.
no need for it. But
Yeah,
yet,
they
like
don't even need
two
them.
stops later, when it's like a main area where more than buses or trains are on that stop, they ain't there. I was on the 43 a couple
They
weeks
need
back,
them there.
and when I pulled up on Green Avenue, coming down this Green in Brooklyn, is it? No, it's not Brooklyn. The street before Thompson, through
Tompkins.
through
Oh, true.
Tompkins, coming down. Anyway, one of those two coming down. That's on Green Avenue, right across
Coming
the
down to Flatbush.
coming down to Flatbush. That's
Yeah.
through.
You're on
Oh, that's
Tompkins.
Tompkins and Green, right across the police station. A cop is standing at the bus stop. So I pull up and he's like looking at me. So I look at him. I open the door. He comes up. He comes up to the door. Hey, operator, you okay? I'm like, I look back in the mirror to see if everybody. I said, yeah, we're good. All right, thanks. And that was it.
That's what we need.
Huh?
That's good.
Yeah, but like in more areas where
I think
you need it, they're there.
I think they need to first of all they need to check with the operators. Union should do some kind of survey and see where the operators feel
Those
they're
hot
most
spots.
vulnerable. Yeah, where they're most vulnerable. And
Any
then talk with the police department and get that scheduled out. You know, because I mean, with the B8, the 35, the 43, um, I think that's like the three main lines that need cops on their line. And they don't need to ride the whole line. It's just certain areas they need to be in.
For a certain part of the line
Right.
where it's very hot.
That should be part of their patrol, right?
Like back in the day when we had the B cop.
Well, we had transit cops, but they took that away and made them NYPD.
No, I'm talking about like the beat. Remember the cops on the beat? They would walk around certain areas, make sure everything was cool. The stores, they would walk into the stores too.
Like they could have it in sections. You know, they could have it where one cop who's starting his job, part of his beat is to ride the 35 from Mother Gaston to Utica. Then another cop from another district could come and ride from Utica to Nostrand. Then another cop from Nostrand, you know, piggyback it where there's always a cop coming off and on, at least all the way up to Coney Island Avenue, because from Coney Island to Brownsville is where the degenerates get on.
Yeah, because like you just mentioned the different departmts, because that was one thing that they were questioning. How can we have cops on every line? Like you can't have a cop that's from
out of his jurisdiction. Yeah,
so, like you just said, have them in, you know, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. Why is it that we here, the drivers, everything, we come up with these ideas that could help?
Nobody listens, but then again, we do the same thing. We are our own worst enemy because we talking to each other about it instead of bringing it to the people who need to hear it. You know,
well, we have
so hopefully somebody's watching this.
Which don't. Hopefully, the ideas are always there. It's just we got to get it done. Okay.
What up, Roberto Martinez? What's that? Pedrito.
Oh, Pedrito. What's up, Rob? Yeah, I forgot to text in the beginning if anybody wanted to join us on this panel to be in the video and talk about it. But our show's almost done right
See,
now.
we got like 3 minutes. Sorry, Rob. That's too short for you, bro.
Oh,
You
definitely.
got to come in the beginning, bro.
You gotta come in. Yep.
Also, I don't have my dictionary. So,
Damn, I don't got my belt. Ding, 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 ding. So there's other things going on right now. The parents, they're getting a form for consent. Talking about the vaccine, consent for the test, the COVID test. I don't know if you've heard about these.
No.
They're mailing them to the parents to see if they consent that their child be given a COVID test in school.
So what's wrong with that? Something wrong with that?
No, I don't
That's
see nothing
great.
wrong with that. But some probably parents in the Orthodox Jewish community might have a problem with that for sure. But,
That's great. You getting the COVID test for free. What the hell?
Yep.
What,
This is the form. In case you guys haven't seen it, you could freeze it, check it out, or you could go to the website NYC. You probably print it, but supposedly these are being sent out to parents. That's one, and then they got the second page where it states
screenshot that. Screenshot that.
Yeah, they go back in case you want to screenshot it, right there. But you got to remember, this is the test when they take the test in school, and I go back to the second page. It takes 48 to 72 hours for the test results. Right, that's kind of Department of the Health. And when you sign this consent, remember that the consent is valid from now when you sign it through September 30th of 2021. Okay, so just for you to know, because I guess they're looking ahead, like, hey, next year, if this still going around, they keep testing. Don't know exactly how many times to be tested, but I'm okay with it.
They still doing the nose thing?
Yes, as a matter of fact, anyone that's here in Brooklyn, here 2065 Flatbush, in front of the Avenue P in Flatbush, there's a library there. They're going to be tomorrow giving the free COVID testing from 9:30 a.m. No, from 9 a.m. to 4:30. Okay, so again, here in Brooklyn, if you're in this area in Flatbush, the library on Avenue P in Flatbush, right there, they're going to set up right there, and from 9 a.m. to 4:30, giving out the free COVID test. So go for it. If you're looking for it, it's right there. For those of you that want to get tested or retested. Okay. And to finish off, we have, as usual, we have passengers that complain about us. Like, they had they had that Twitter, right?
No.
And now, yeah, right. Complaining about us not wearing masks. This is from someone that sent, I guess this was like a Twitter kind of thing.
First of all, read that line. Bus drivers don't be wearing masks.
Yep. You can see it over here.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you read stuff and you just really have to question a person's intelligence.
And Metropolitan responds, "Hello, everyone. MTA employees and riders alike are required to wear a mask in transit system. To track down issues, we need specific details about when, where they happened. You can submit those details here. They'll get to the right team." So we are being watched, guys.
We've always been watched.
Always been watched, especially now.
Yeah.
We can't really argue the point about customers wearing the masks
if we're not
wearing the mask. So I could see their point, but by the same token, they're sitting in a packed bus with people sitting right next to them, sometimes wearing the mask the wrong way, and we're sitting pretty far from them. We're sitting more than 6 feet from them. So it's like I, I sometimes I feel like people just, again, with this whole thing in 2020, they have to they got to vent out somehow. They got to get the frustrations out somewhere. A lot of mental issues now. What do you call it? Mental health problems. A lot of people are having now more than ever because of this whole
Anxiety is
thing
through the
going on.
roof.
Yeah, so I can understand they get upset because you're telling people they got to wear the mask, and then the operator's not wearing it. First of all, operators, we should all be wearing it. We really should, especially if we're going to those hot zones. If you work one of those hot zones where you notice that the community doesn't want to wear masks, and
Protect
a
yourself.
lot of COVID is
Mhm.
coming from those areas.
Mm-hmm.
Wear your mask. Wear your
Yeah,
mask,
like
please.
you
Wear
ever
your
saw
mask.
that video? There's a video, a picture where it says where it has the molecules visible all over the place, and it says, "Would you go out without a mask if COVID was like this?" And it has you can see the molecules.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was saying, yeah, be going like this.
Right. You gotta keep that image in the back of your head. You can't really see it, but if you go into a neighborhood, you say, "Well, this is this," and you put that picture in your head of the molecules all hanging around. Would you still not wear your mask? You know. That's how I'll be driving. With the mask on.
With the mask and a can of light.
Spraying everywhere. You don't want to
Guys,
go head first into that, right?
I mean, we already had people in the depots that are coming up sick right now.
Yeah.
Just remember, you bring that to the depot too, guys. So just wear it. I know that some of you have a hard time, but just wear it while you're on that bus. When you get to the end of the line, get off the bus to take a breather, take it off, get a breather. Make sure you're not in one of those hot zones where you want to take a deep breath. But matter of fact, they've been saying that now they're thinking that it could be airborne in certain instances. So I
It'd
mean,
be over 6 feet too.
yeah, you have to be careful, guys. You really do. This is not
Just
just for the operator. Everybody out there, just wear
everybody.
your mask.
I would recommend the filters like that you was talking about last week. I got mine just to, just to be
Matter of fact,
extra
you said that,
precaution.
I spoke to my doctor. He said, "This is what he said: the N95. He doesn't believe that you need to do that unless you're in a hospital where the infection is like over the roof, that you would need it." He himself was using those little blue ones. He goes, "This I'm good with. If you're not sick, you don't. You this to cover from getting somebody else sick." But he said, "But for you bus operators, you need something stronger." So I told him about the PM2 filter, and I showed him the max that I got from you and the other max that I have that don't have the filter inside. And I told him I wrapped this up in tissue and I put it in the mask. He said, "That's good. Do that because you're and he said, "You're inside the bus. And do you have air for yourself?" I go, "No." So it's circulated. I go, "Yeah." I told him, he said, even he said it. Keep your window open. I said, "Yeah, I opened my window, all the side windows and the vent on the top." I go, "Yeah, you need to have that ventilation so that it doesn't have a chance to just stand there where you could breathe."
That's what Jose Reyes just said too.
Yeah. So, where the thing is, wear your mask. We're not out of the
Far from out of the woods.
far from it.
Far from it.
Far from it.
But
So,
Pete, you got to put that link up for that.
what's that?
For that filter, so that if
Oh,
anybody else wants to get it, they'll be able to get it.
yeah. Well, I'll say it to you right now in case, but it's I don't even know this allows me to.
Amazon.
Okay, here we go. I could type it on me. It's PM.
Yeah, I got mine, and they have on Amazon. You can get it like the next day.
2.5 PM 2.5. Yeah, and it's mask filter, I believe it's. So you could look that on Amazon.
And it's like, how much yours was? Mine was like $30, but I got like a pack.
And then how many you get? I got like a
A
pack
lot.
of
I
50
got
or
like 50. I got 50.
yeah, PM 2.5 mask filter on Amazon. You look for that on Amazon. I would say start now because with this second, it took me 3 months to get mine. So
Took
with
me
this,
the next day. Well, the day
you got
I
it.
said next
You got
day,
it real
but
quick. How long
yeah.
ago?
I ordered after the when you were talking about it last week.
Yeah.
The next day I ordered it and it came 2 days out. It said next day, but It came 2 days after.
So right now, because it's kind of a little low, so that's great. It's a time to stock up, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Remember also, I don't remember if I mentioned it last time that it was in the news that Pine Sol also right now was found to have the same effect as Lysol, as the Lysol spray. So you get yourself a little bottle, put some of that Pine Sol in it, dilute it a little bit of water, and you can spray. You can spray things to clean up.
But there's also generic brands that are the chemical makers are the same.
And they're there. Yeah.
And they're there that nobody's grabbing because it's probably key food or the store made brand, but the chemical makeup is the same that works just the same as regular Lysol. Wish I had stock in Lysol, man. Shit.
We have a studio right now, a whole huge studio if you wanted to.
We have our effects team, producers, and everything. All we have to do is sit there and talk.
That's it. Just notice that the post I put on there, it actually went through the Facebook and into YouTube as well. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Again, guys, YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Boy, you got 2 people watching on YouTube right now. That might be.
I didn't even check that. Us too. All right, guys. So yeah, we've come to the end of our show.
Now it's time to say
I hope that you guys at least got something good out of this. We don't have all the answers, but we do have information that we like to post out there. And we're not trying to upset or get other groups angry, but we just try to see it in a way that we all should. As far as this whole COVID pandemic is.
Send me the hate mail. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, but it does get you angry when you see that what's going on and people.
Well, I mean, only human. It should. It's just very disrespectful the way that is, the way that's going down. It just feels like a lot of the times they feel like they're just separate from us, and they, not only it's all right if you want to be separated, but don't think you're better than. And a lot of those guys, they carry themselves as if they're the chosen ones, and we're not. So I mean, it's not all of them, but there are some in the community, like we said, that act like that. They look down upon you with their nose, and it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Hold on, there was one story that we didn't put up.
What's that?
We got to hit this. This coming from Detroit. The union in Detroit. We'll go over that real quick. They were last week, I think it was. They went out 3 days in a row after one of their operators was attacked. It was caught on video. It was attacked because what was the reason? Because of the mask. Because the operator asked him to wear a mask and he didn't want to, so he came up front and started beating on the operator. Operator pretty much turned it around.
What does that?
Yeah, but the union fought. They went out 3 days. And check this out.
We will be back to work tomorrow morning.
DDOT Union President Glenn Tolbert speaking to Local 4 moments after an agreement had been reached between workers and the city following a 3-day walkout.
We want to apologize to the men and women out there, our public. We look forward to serving them again, and we will be there.
The walkout was the result of this incident caught on surveillance video showing an altercation between a driver and a passenger who became unruly because of COVID mask regulations.
It was happening before COVID. It's just come tenfold now because no one wants to wear a mask.
However, Tolbert says the new agreement makes provisions to keep bus operators safe with certain guidelines.
Things like barriers and conflict resolution and the PSAs by the city and department letting the public know that what will be tolerated and what will not be tolerated as far as masks and assaults on drivers.
And ultimately, workers will be able to stand their ground if needed.
We are able to defend ourselves. We will be defending ourselves. We will act accordingly. We will be trained in de-escalation. Still are not happy with everything, but this is a step in the right direction.
Okay, real quick before.
Yeah. What's
the
up?
guy behind him with the fucking mask on. Oh my God. Like, he takes the attention away from the purpose of the video.
That was the same thing.
My God.
And that's the whole thing about not wearing your mask properly.
What the
A lot of people for that don't wear it.
my
And then the
God.
shape of his head, he was very
He looked sick. He looked sick already. Like, I couldn't focus on what the guy was saying because
I had to watch the video twice because I did the same thing. I'm just staring at him.
I'm like, what is he doing? Why? Nobody's telling him nothing. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Somebody should have smacked him. Yeah, he's breathing through his nose, just covering up. Oh my God!
But you heard that? You saw that they could defend themselves. They're gonna be trained. I mean, we get training on how to de-escalate situations, but the fact that now there's still some rules in how they could do it. You know, you say get up and stop beating the shit out of people, but
their training for de-escalation sucks.
Yeah, but as far as us, like we can't even get off the seat.
No, I mean, I thought you said we was getting trained. And I was like, I don't even remember training for de-escalation.
No, a de-escalation is just on how to talk to people.
Yeah, I mean, I said that
just
earlier.
Kind of one of these things where we like.
I said that earlier. One of the things you can do. One of the things you can do for de-escalation is keep your voice low. That's the first thing you learn when you talking about de-escalation.
I talk down.
Speak soft. You speak soft to them because that automatically calms a person down mentally. When somebody's yelling at you, you say, "Listen, okay, don't tell them to calm down. That has the reverse effect."
Oh yeah, calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down. That makes them get. You just speak soft, and always remember. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. When they're yelling at you, they're not yelling at you personally. They're yelling at the company you represent. You represent the company, yelling at the company. So let your uniform that represents the company absorb what they are saying. Let the uniform act as a shield and absorb it while you talk back in calm manner to help de-escalate the issue. Other than that, you're going to have to pay me for more.
Good way to end this up. But you see, the being able to defend yourself,
stand your ground. That's a great. That should be another thing that you guys put in for these candidates.
You listen, union, and those candidates that may be watching.
Stand your ground. Let's get that rolling.
It's going out elsewhere. Detroit is rough. Detroit is rough. You know,
facts. Detroit is definitely rough. So I mean, you got two main issues that came out of today's show. When you see these guys running for presidency or for any kind of office, your safety issue with these doors, these barriers, they got to be on the agenda. And this stand your ground. You know, let everybody. We could do the fact checks on what's going on in Detroit, and let's follow suit. Let's get that popping.
Definitely learn from that. Our union leadership should go try to talk to this president and this union and see how they went about it. You know, they were only out 3 days and they were able to get those changes. Come on now. New York. We're supposed to be like leaders and everything. New York.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it done. All right, guys. Yeah. That's it for this show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. Again, YouTube. Check us out there. Please share this if you're watching this now as a replay. Help us grow. We got something to end right after this, but anything else, Blunt?
Yeah, man. I mean, I appreciate everybody watching. Rodney, Prophet, everybody, Jose Reyes, Roberto, everybody that's watching, appreciate it. Again, our YouTube channel, y'all. If y'all don't want to be on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and they're letting us do this live there too. So, subscribe to that channel and hit that.
Yeah, we're surprised because there's supposed to be a certain amount of views. I think you have to have.
You're supposed to have subscribers.
Yeah, so we're in there. So hey, remember now, guys, for the next show when we come on, if any of you want to join us and the panel and talk about things we're going to talk about, we'll try to go on before Blunt, like a day before, just to let people know what we're going to talk about. And then those of you who want to join us here on the show, let us know, and we could make you part of it.
Yeah, you could join us from the comfort of your own home. All we do is send you a link. You set your stuff up, and then when we come on, we bring you in. Simple as that.
So with that said, I'm Brooklyn Pete.
And I'm your boy Blunt.
And that's the end of our show.
So fuck them if they can't take a joke.
Now, everybody.
Mommy?
Yes, sweetie?
Why don't they fix the house?
Which house?
The one that has the holes in them.
The holes in it? What do you mean?
The song that goes, there's holes in the house.